My name is Dulce Lopez, and this is Investigating the Correlation Between Self-Esteem and Academic Performance, written by Dulce Lopez, Samuel Rodriguez, Sierra Nemri, Michelle Coleman, Denise Gutierrez, Sylvia Beltran, Samuel Enriquez from San Bernardino Valley College.
Hello, my name is Samuel Enriquez and I'll be presenting the introduction. Our hypothesis is when the variable self-esteem decreases, the variable academic performance also decreases. The purpose of this study is to see if there is a relationship between self-esteem and academic performance. Our group came with the hypothesis from prior research from Al-Yomi in 2017, which studied male college students in Saudi Arabia. The results showed that an increase of self-esteem correlates to an increase in academic performance from male students. Due to his previous research from using males as their sample data, the importance of this research will further help find evidence in male and in females to see if self-esteem and academic performance correlate. A study from Duru and Balskin in 2017 explained how in 1995 Rosenberg defined self-esteem as an attitude towards either good or bad, which results from an overall assessment from one's affective area. According to Ariana in 2010, these self-evaluative judgment and feeling designate placement of one's emotion concerning one's whole self, as cited by Abdugani et al. In 2020. Escuadro 1999 explains how institutions are ranked by how well students perform. Therefore, it is important to identify the factors which may improve or worsen these scores. Alva in 2017. From this, our group determined to take further research into both genders to find a relationship between these two variables.
My name is Michelle Coleman, and the section I will be going over is methods. Participant demographics. Our total number of participants was 88. Of the 88, their ages ranged from 18 years of age to 49. We had about 41 people with ages ranging from 18 to 24, 16 people with ages ranging from 25 to 31, and 23 people with ages ranging from 32 to 49. Gender, we had 56 females and 24 males. For ethnicity, we had 16 participants identifying as white, 8 participants identifying as African American, 42 participants identifying as Hispanic, 5 participants identifying as Asian, 3 identifying as not listed, 3 identifying as white and Hispanic, 1 identifying as white and Native American, 1 identifying as white and African American, and 1 identifying as Hispanic and Asian. Our next variable, which was GPA, was identified as 12 participants with a GPA of 1.00 to 2.50, 26 participants with a GPA of 2.53 to 3.00, and 42 participants with a GPA of 3.10 to 4.00. Participants for our research were recruited from the psychology department at San Bernardino Valley College in the fall semester of 2022 using convenient sampling. Students were offered extra credit upon completion and verification of their completion of our survey. We decided to use a Likert scale from 1 to 5, with 1 representing low self-esteem and 5 representing very high self-esteem, to assess self-esteem and academic performance. Variable 1, which was self-esteem, was assessed using statements such as, I like myself, or reverse coded statements such as, I don't really like myself, and irrelevant statements, just to keep participants from knowing our actual hypothesis. For variable 2, which was GPA, we used one demographic question, which is, what is your current GPA? Participants were given an option to input their exact GPA. Before any of this was done, our participants were taken first to a consent form page and then given instructions before completing our survey. Once they completed the survey, they were taken to a debriefing page as well as a verification page. The verification page was screenshotted and given to their professor so that they could receive their extra credit. The total time of this survey was approximately 15 minutes.
Hello, my name is Samuel Rodriguez, and I will be reviewing the results section of our PowerPoint. Our hypothesis that as self-esteem decreases, then academic performance decreases was not supported by the Pearson R statistical test. Participants' grade point average had a mean of 3.16, and self-esteem had a mean of 4.03. Our sample had a mean age of 27, with average participants' gender being female and average ethnicity being Hispanic. Our sample size consisted of 80 participants, with degrees of freedom being 78. Probability of academic performance being affected by self-esteem has a value higher than 0.05, with the value of 0.06, meaning that the results did not meet the 95% or higher confidence interval. Standard deviation for GPA was 0.62 and 0.84 for self-esteem. There was a small effect size with an R-squared value of 0.004, which means only 0.04% of the variance in academic performance is predicted from self-esteem. The self-esteem questionnaire demonstrated strong internal reliability with a Cronbach's alpha of 0.957. Results were screened for missing data, and 8 cases were removed due to missing GPA. No outliers were found. Superimposed normal curves met the assumption of normality for GPA, however, not for self-esteem. The scatter plot for self-esteem and GPA displayed an unequal scatter with no linearity or homoscedasticity.
Hello, my name is Sierra Nemery. I'm a student at San Bernardino Valley College, and my part in the presentation is on the figures portion, which is a continuation of the results page. So here we have figure 1, which is a scatter plot of the correlation between self-esteem and academic performance. For figure 2, we have a histogram for the perception of one's level of academic performance. Again, we used GPA to calculate the academic performance of students, which this histogram gives us a mean and standard deviation. For figure 3, we have a histogram for self-esteem, which also gives us the mean and standard deviation. For figure 4, we have a histogram of the genders of our participants. This histogram as well gives us a mean and standard deviation, while we have more females than males within our survey. Within our survey, we also used around 5 different ethnicities for the participants, and figure 5 shows the histogram in which it gives us the mean and standard deviation within those ethnicities. As for all of our histograms, this histogram for figure 6 also gives us a mean and standard deviation. We calculated the participant's age within our survey, and we went up to age 50 for this histogram.
My name is Sylvia, and I am doing the discussion portion of our presentation. First is our explanation, which is the importance placed on self-esteem in Western cultures and all the work done to promote self-esteem since the 1980s as opposed to South Asian countries. Secondly, we imply that self-esteem reflects our academic performance. Thirdly, our limitations is using psychology students as opposed to students of different majors, more females 56 than males 24, and the use of self-reported data to measure the variables. Lastly, the future direction of our study is that it provides insight of self-esteem and develops new ways of measuring academic performance.
Hello, my name is Denise, and we are covering resources. Resources are the foundation of a strong argument or analysis in research. Having reliable sources is very important when it comes to creating a research paper. Papers for academic research are typically based on primary sources and scholarly sources. There are also secondary sources, which are articles and books that analyze primary materials. These are useful because they give scholars another perspective on primary sources. These documents come in various formats and types, but they do share one important quality, which is credibility.